do you normally have breakfast? And I was not really. And so, they were asking the right questions.
Maisie Williams just revealed her traumatic childhood, and it turns out her father is to blame for her past struggles with her mental health. Maisie Williams, who portrayed Arya Stark in the HBO-produced medieval fantasy series Game of Thrones, is an English actress who is most famously known for her GOT role. She acted as one of the principal characters for the show during her long 7-season run. What's your favorite scene of Maisie's from her time on Game of Thrones? Let me know in the comments below. UK-born actress Maisie Williams was conceived on April 15, 1997 in Bristol. Her parents went through a divorce when Maisie was young, so she ended up being raised by her single mother, Hilary Francis. Hilary was a previous university course administrator, but her current positions are now a manager and personal assistant. Aside from her career, Maisie's mom is also a breast cancer survivor. Maisie has 4 other siblings, and she is the youngest of the bunch. Before Maisie is older sister Beth and brothers James and Ted. Maisie attended Clutton Primary School and Norton Hill School in Midsomer Norton growing up. After this, Maisie enrolled in Bath Dance College to pursue her performing arts studies. Despite Maisie's need for privacy when it comes to her personal life, she has revealed her romantic partner on Instagram. His name is Ollie Jackson, and the two have been dating since 2015, having met in school prior. Some fun facts about Maisie are her parents named her after one of the Parishers comic strip characters. She nearly missed out on her Game of Thrones audition because she was desperate to attend a school field trip that day to a local pig farm. Despite being right-handed in real life, her portrayal as Arya inspired Maisie to learn how to use her left hand to be the most accurate to the novel adaptation from George R. Martin, and Maisie's first love in life is dance, and there are several styles she specializes in, such as point, ballet, tap, musical theater, freestyle, and street. Maisie's Arya Stark character was her first professionally landed role on any scale at that time. She started with the series in 2011 and was selected from over 300 actresses located across the UK. Her performance within the first season saw Maisie becoming heavily praised by both fans and critics. She continued to put on stellar performances well into the second season, leading HBO to submit her for consideration in the 2012 Primetime Emmy Awards for their Outstanding Supporting Actress category. Unfortunately, Maisie never received the nomination. However, in that same year, Maisie's life as an actress began to pick up. She had a portrayal role in BBC's The Secret of Crinkly Hall as Lauren Callie. She also appeared in the skit for Funny or Die called The Olympic Ticket Scalper. Outside of this, Maisie also made independent and short film cameos. She did Heartstroke in 2012, and the following year appeared in Gold, Corvidae, and Up on the Roof. In 2014, Maisie was set to star in a sci-fi movie titled We Are Monsters as Lorna Thompson, but the film was held back for release due to funding issues. February 2015 saw Maisie take on the leading role in the British band Sea Fret's music video for Oceans. In March of the next year, BBC announced that their hit sci-fi produced series Doctor Who would feature Maisie as a guest star in 2 of their episodes titled The Girl Who Died and The Woman Who Lived. The production company managed to rope Maisie into reprising her character for the 3-part series finale, first in their earlier episode Face the Raven, and then again in the 3rd episode Hellbent. In 2019, Maisie acted as the Wolfsbane in the X-Men spin-off for their New Mutants franchise. As per her accolades, Maisie was prized with the Portal Award for Best Supporting Actress and Best Young Actor in 2012. In 2013, Maisie won BBC Radio 1's Teen Award for British Best Actress. The next year, Maisie received Best Supporting Actress in the category of Drama, all for her work in Game of Thrones. 2015 saw Maisie bag the Shooting Stars Award during the 65th Berlin International Film Festival for her appearance in the docudrama Cyberbullied, as well as another couple of awards for her GOT acting. Included in the lump sum are the Empire Hero Award and the Saturn Award in the Best Performance by a Young Actor in a TV Series category. In 2016, Maisie's performance in The Falling won her a London Film Critics Circle Award and an Evening Standard British Film Award. Now let's discuss Maisie opening up about her past trauma and how it relates to what we currently know. Maisie freshly broke down into tears in a brand new interview while she opened up about the issues she faced with her father as a young girl. The 25-year-old actress explored her emotional side while making an appearance on the Diary of a CEO podcast that was released on September 26th. As a young girl developing into her preteen years, Maisie admitted to struggling with her mental health from a tender age. She discussed with host Stephen Bartlett that one of her teachers first became aware of her overall problem when she was only 8, and she was experiencing trouble sleeping at night. She recalled the traumatic relationship she had with her father for as long as she could remember. Quote, "It had met its peak when I was in school and I was taken by a teacher to the staff room. She asked me what happened. Asked me if I ate breakfast, I said no. Asked me if I did most mornings, I said no. They were asking the right questions. My mom came to school and picked me up. It was the first time that all the doors were open, and it was the first time things were on the table. Maisie further revealed that because she was so young, she wasn't able to come to terms with and outright refused to acknowledge the relationship she and her father shared, plus how this affected her at the time. Quote, "I still wanted to fight and say these things aren't wrong, that you're just trying to take me away from my dad. I was indoctrinated in a way, my world flipped." And yet, Maisie found a silver lining in the darkness of her past and broke down that it's actually helped her thrive in her career greatly. Maisie also briefly touched on the topic of her battles with anxiety and finding her identity, as well as how she taps into those when playing the parts of her characters with, "I've known how that feels and it's hugely influenced. I get to access all of that confusion and pain in my job and really feel it in every fiber of my being." In line with the way she was growing up, Maisie had this to add to her interview. "To be honest, I've been thinking about this a lot. Not because of me that these bad things happened when I was a child. I thought there was something inherently wrong with me, that it could be anyone experiencing the pain. What could make you mistreat your own children? What happened to you as a kid? Did you learn all this? That's how I feel about him now. He would make a fascinating documentary." In the end, Maisie admitted that she made the final decision to come to peace with her past, and by sharing her story, she may be able to help other people going through similar struggles. Quote, "I would look around at the other kids and look at the joy and would be like, when does that come for me? I had this sense of impending doom as a child and didn't know how to make it go away. I feel now there is some sort of closure to it, whereas before it was just pain." In other news, Maisie sat down with British GQ to discuss a bit more about her former Game of Thrones role and how she adapted to it over time. Her character took on very strong aspects in the show, as not only was Arya one of the only characters to make it through surviving all 8 seasons, but she also had an honorary position as her time with GOT went on. However, despite her heroic feat, Maisie wasn't sure whether or not her character deserved such a platform. Fans surely disagreed though, and felt the choice and direction were justified. Arya's character was described as one who constantly strived for greatness despite Maisie being so young, as she worked hard to bring Arya to life. As per Glitter Report, Maisie was said to have trained in gymnastics, dance, horseback riding, fencing, and FMA, or Filipino martial arts, which is an ancient form that uses handheld weapons. Take all this and the fact that Maisie was only 12 when she got cast in GOT for its blockbuster premiere, and you get an impressively dazzling young star in the making. However, Maisie also faced some struggles during her time on Game of Thrones. Unlike her show sister Sansa Stark, who was played by Sophie Turner, Arya disguised herself as a boy in line with her father's death, completely rejecting the social norms of femininity in the process. This identity gap created issues for Maisie as she grew up on screen, specifically due to her developing and her body changing as she became older. What once felt like a connection for Maisie through Arya's tomboyish persona soon turned into stressful maintenance. Maisie told 60 Minutes in 2019 that she was forced to wear a strap to reverse her puberty in order to keep up with the realism of Arya's guise, saying, "I was about 15 years old, I kind of just wanted a boyfriend to be honest, I didn't really want to wear this thing." During her April British GQ interview, Maisie doubled down on her former statement with, "I think that when I started becoming a woman, I resented Arya because I couldn't express who I was becoming. Then I also resented my body because it wasn't aligned with the piece of me that the world celebrated." Even more, Maisie's youthful age, when she was cast, ended up meaning that she didn't obtain much acting experience prior to GOT, which in turn eventually equated to Maisie being solely linked to Arya by fans. This further built resentment in the actress, as she told a media outlet that she sometimes felt other people need a helping hand to see that you're a different person. Her first intimate romantic scene on screen came in season 8, and some fans were practically hysteric because they were unsure of Arya's age. Even though they watched her age through the show, many viewers were unaware that Arya had undergone puberty. This lined up well with Maisie's experiences portraying Arya, where she expressed to Vogue that she felt ashamed because of the way the show's set designers would, quote, "constantly cover me in dirt so I looked really manly," and put the strap across my chest to flatten any growth. Since her time on GOT, Maisie has welcomed more feminine roles. According to IMDb, the actress has most recently starred in a Hulu series called Pistols, playing the part of a punk model from its origin story taking place in London during the 1970s. Taking on a new twist that fans have yet to see from Maisie, she'll be stripping down for the role, a fact that firstly made Maisie hesitate to take the role. Aside for everything working out for the best for Maisie, the star has made it clear that it was important for her to distance herself from a role of a lifetime as Arya and start leaning into expressing herself and her individuality more. Ranging from bleaching her hair pink to new fashion experiments, Maisie is surely moving on to the next phase in her life, and finalized with GQ that, "I feel like the path has always been set out. I just need to live it now."
Is acting your favourite thing, or is it hard to choose?
I think acting's definitely probably my favourite, but again, so many of the things that I love to do.
Bella Ramsey is the newly reported star to be featured in HBO's upcoming post-apocalyptic drama series The Last of Us amid the teaser's release. And I must say, if her Game of Thrones performance alongside her feat in the trailer is anything to go by, she is going to absolutely body this role. American actress Bella Ramsey is most popularly known for portraying Lyanna Mormont in HBO's fantasy drama TV show Game of Thrones. Bella made her professional acting debut through this series. Bella's birth date is somewhere towards the end of September 2003, ranging between the 28th and the 30th according to a few online sources. She was born in Nottingham, England under the full name Isabella May Ramsey, making her nationality English. She's currently 18 years old and a Libra who will be turning 19 in a few days and falls under the religion of Christianity. Her parents are her father and businessman Alex and her mother, whose name is currently not released for public information. Bella also has a niece, however she, alongside Bella's siblings' identities, have yet to be revealed. Bella is currently reported to be 5 feet and 1 inch tall, or 156 centimeters. Her eyes and hair are dark brown and she has quite the infamous piercing stare and slim lips. In line with her professional experiences, Bella's career awaited her while she attended her online studies at Inter High School. She also took on additional acting studies for 7 years at Stagecoach Theatre Arts Loughborough branch. In accordance with her relationships, Bella has not been married nor is she currently dating. It's detailed that Bella is more so focused on thriving in her career and mastering her craft rather than putting herself out there romantically. As of 2021, the actress's net worth is said to be anywhere between $500K and $1 million. Bella brings in a steady income as a result of her handful of jobs, specifically the several short films, TV shows, and feature films she's done portrayal roles for so far. It makes sense that as an actress, her acting career is the primary source of her income. For her work, she's received mainstream acclaim for her performances in Game of Thrones and The Worst Witch books, now getting the future opportunity to clink glasses with some of Hollywood's coolest stars. Her activeness on social media adds to her charm as well, as she most frequents Instagram and Twitter. Bella's time in the spotlight has gained her over 657K followers on the photo video posting app under her username consisting of her first and last name. Similarly, she has accumulated over 43.7K followers on the tweeting platform under the same username. Bella's start in her career arose as a hobby when she was a mere 4 years old. From here, Bella attended the television workshop to start her auditioning process for technical roles. It was through this that she received her role as Lyanna Mormont in Game of Thrones from 2015 to 2019, making her debut in the show through the 6th season's 7th episode, The Broken Man. In addition to this, Bella played her character through the 7th and 8th seasons of the show. She followed this up by acting as the main character Mildred Hubble in the 2017 television adapted show The Worst Witch books. Some of Bella's other works include playing Ellie in 2017 for the short film Elipharia, starring as Miranda in both short films Two for Joy in 2018 and 2019, portraying Flotsam in Holmes and Watson, voice acting for Princess Emmy, appearing as Nancy in Alice in Nothing, and acting out Kitty for On the Beaches. You can find Bella in additional appearances in Resistance, Turtle Journey, 3 Minutes of Silence, Requiem, and Catherine Called Birdie. Bella has since also taken on the title role for Netflix's Hilda, which saw its premiere in 2018. After this, the announcement for Bella's casting as Ellie in HBO's upcoming The Last of Us series in February 2021 dropped. Some of her highest achievements are her Young Performer Award during the 2019 British Academy Children's Awards for her performance in The Worst Witch books, and receiving a Cine Euphoria Award in 2020 for her Game of Thrones performance. Bella is surely setting herself up greatly to receive several more honors in the near future for her commitment and hard work. If you're enjoying today's WATN, help our channel out by subscribing right now. Now, let's discuss Bella's latest role for HBO and how it relates to what we currently know. The forthcoming HBO show The Last of Us is a series adaptation that has cast Pedro Pascal as one of the main characters Joel and Bella Ramsey as Ellie. Pedro saw a lot of success through his starring role in the Disney Plus featured show The Mandalorian. He also acted alongside Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig in Wonder Woman 1984. Bella's role for the other main character Ellie is a preteen orphan whose only familiarity with the world around her is it being destroyed. In the film, her purpose is to, quote, strive to reconcile her prosperity for rage and rebellion with her desire for attachment and identity, as well as the realization that she may hold the secret to saving the world. The series bases itself on the iconic Naughty Dog video game of the same name and is set in a time 20 years past the ruin of Western life. Joel is described as a seasoned survivor who was hired onto a job of smuggling Ellie out of a suffocating quarantine zone. Throughout the series, the characters are put to the test when their small task transitions into a brutally heartbreaking situation where they must travel travel across the US and depend on one another as lifelines. HBO shared the teaser trailer for the program on September 26th. In case you haven't watched the teaser or played the game prior to this video, here's a quick rundown about what it's all about. The network's smart decision to release their first official sneak peek was done specifically because the date is known as the Last Day of Us, which refers to an annual event which celebrated the critically acclaimed series due to it being the day that the game's outbreak reached a critical point. Pedro and Bella take on the video game's main characters, still true to their name, whom players would be embarking on the thrilling adventure with throughout the entirety of the zombie-esque survival game. In line with the original, the group travel countrywide in an attempt to, quote, reach the base of a militia group known as the Fireflies, of which Marlene is the leader. Additional cast members for the upcoming show include Muriel Dandridge as Marlene, Nick Offerman as fellow survivor Bill, and Gabriel Luna as Joel's brother Tommy. Melanie Lynskey is also set to take on a role in this fresh HBO adaptation, portraying a new character who goes by Kathleen. In the show, the Fireflies proceed to resist the government's control and the ones in charge of various quarantine zones across the country, referred to as the Federal Disaster Response Agency, or the FEDRA. The trailer was far from shy about showcasing all the actors in their badass type characters, while also still maintaining the teasing aura surrounding the drama from the initial outbreak and the way its infection affects the people involved. In a blink of an eye moment, anticipated viewers were given a glimpse of a clicker, who is an infected human who falls into the third stage of the disease, which is spreading throughout their body. A clicker's body is being taken over by the disease, but its most notable attribute is its deformed face caused by the fungal infection. The trailer has proven that Joel and Ellie's journey across America will not be an easy one, as they will have to do everything they possibly can to survive the treacherous fight for their lives day and night, while hundreds of infected humans vie to end their lives. In all of the greatness of the first look at the forthcoming show, one character is heard saying, "This is our chance, our best shot. You keep her alive and set everything right. Save who you can save." Outside of her HBO works, however, Bella famously starred in the Worst Witch books for over 4 consecutive years, as mentioned earlier. Except she left the series in 2020 at 16 to prioritize her mental health, and spoke more about her decision to step down from her role as Mildred. Like many other stars leaving their beloved shows, Bella took to Instagram to post the announcement that she was departing from the fantasy program, with a behind-the-scenes picture from her time on the show. Quote, "Forever grateful for my time as Mildred in The Worst Witch, but there is a time for everything under the sun, and Series 4 was my time to say goodbye to Mildred. Thank you fans for all your support. Thank you to the crew over the 3 years. Thank you to all the residents of Cackles Academy. Thank you to Joe Murphy for this wonderful world you created." The written upload brought about loads of support and love for the actress regarding her decision. She ended off the statement with, "It was completely my decision to say goodbye for reasons I can't really go into, but to everyone reading this, please prioritize your mental health and do what's right for you." This wouldn't be the first time Bella spoke out about her part in the children's television show. She previously explained to the Evening Standard around the end of last year how she sometimes finds it difficult to manage her scholarly studies and busy working schedule. Quote, "I was the main character and I was full on, and it was tiring and hard work and long hours. But I also just really want to learn and do school too, and CBBC are very strict with tutoring, so that helped us really want to do it. I'm intending to do my GCSEs whenever the time works. If a job clashes with my GCSEs, then I will choose the job." You can look forward to catching Bella in The Last of Us, which is set for its upcoming premiere on HBO and HBO Max in 2023.